I said this before, Jamal has done a wonderful job of being able to separate present from future. And that is, what is he going to do next year? He also is a guy that's, unlike most, not on Facebook, not on Twitter, so I think that's been good for him. We are in the fact-finding stage. I am for him, just as we did a year ago. The NBA has a group that you submit your name, want information. They give it to you, not in writing, but over the phone. Did it last year, presented it to them again. They do not give you feedback until after the Final Four. So we're hopeful that we will get something sometime in that week, 9th through the 13th or whatever it would be. And then Jamal and I will sit down again. We've talked already. And he and his mom will make a decision. I will give them the facts, and they will make decisions.
And also, Coach, after the game, you said that in all your 40 years of coaching, you haven't had a player like Jamal Franklin who has the will, such the will to win. Can you give kind of some examples of what makes him such a good competitor and has, that fiery will to win?
I think you witness that when you watch him play. He at times plays on the edge as his maturity and experience and time at San Diego State have gone on. Every part about his ability to manage himself has improved. For instance, the head of the officials pulled me aside this season and told me that he just wanted me to know that feedback he got from the refs is that how much better Jamal was in terms of relating to them, emotions under control, all of the things that you hope you can have happen, did. At the tournament would be a classic example, and I didn't witness it, but at halftime, he got into Deshaun about, you got to do more. And Deshaun made a reference after the game that Jamal helped him. Jamal's comment to him helped motivate him to perform. And I think that you see a side of Jamal, we see the whole Jamal, from the practice player to the locker room guy, and he's grown in so many ways. But I guarantee you, no one from our program or any program has been in the gym more since their last game than Jamal.
Coach, do you think he should stay another year in school?
As I said, we're in the process of getting all the due diligence in terms of what the NBA people say. Once we get that and I have a chance to look at it, digest it, talk with Jamal, then I'll give him what my thoughts are. So right now, I think it should be left at that.
Coach, in the past week or since the loss, I mean, you've done more for this program, for this university than anyone. But there's been these bloggers and people who have been saying, oh, maybe it's time for Fisher to move on. Do you give them any kind of response? Do you hear any of that, or is that just crazy talk?
I only hear it when I'm on, a radio show or something. I'm like Jamal. I'm not on Facebook, and I don't have a Twitter account. And so I think when I came here, we talked about building a program because it was apathy at best. And we have a program. And I think anytime you have a program that has success, which we've had, you grow expectations exponentially. And I've said that before. You grow the most from within. We have high expectations as a program. And when you don't win that last game, when you don't win, even this year, a conference championship, when that is your goal, then there's disappointment. But that's everywhere. That is everywhere. So I want our fans to be passionate. I want them to be hungry to win. But I will say this, I think the vast majority of our fans are appreciative for the program we've got, where we are, disappointed. We all should be. None are more disappointed than our players and our coaches and their families. And but I do think that most people are 100% supportive of what we're doing, everybody surrounding this program.
Coach Tapley, Rayhan, and maybe even Franklin, how do you replace those guys for next year?
The nature of the business, nature of sports. We've got the potential for 13 guys to be on scholarship. You recruit good people who are good players, and when opportunity is there, you expect them to perform. So we've had players leave before, and it was said, how are you going to replace a DJ Gay or whoever it might be? And somebody steps up, and those will be the challenges that the program and individuals face. It's not a divine right that if you started last year that you start the next year. You earn opportunity, but then it's performance. We've got 2 young freshmen coming in that I love to death. I think they're going to be good players. They will roll up their sleeves and compete for playing time. We got guys on this team that didn't play as much as they thought they would that will have an opportunity. We're still recruiting. Recruited yesterday. Going to recruit today. So we hope to still add someone or some ones to this program. But Chase Tapley's a 4-year starter. We'll miss him. We'll miss him greatly. He did a phenomenal job to help lead us to the best 4-year tenure in the history of the program. James Rayhan had a wonderful career. I would throw Deshaun into that mix with them also. So we're going to have change. And with change comes excitement. Some people it comes a nervous time, but for us it's just an excitement that we look forward to.
Coach, there's 2 teams in the West Coast left in the Sweet 16, Arizona and Oregon, or I guess west of Kansas. And both are not there tonight. We'll see what happens. But, you know, it seems like West Coast basketball has been improving. Mountain West has gotten better. The Pac-10 had a better year, I think, this year. But what's happened in the tournament? I mean, why do you think West Coast teams have not performed as well in the tournament as maybe they have in the past?
I think, again, it's a one and done. It's one and done, and all of us that are not playing would like to have a 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5. It doesn't work that way. I will speak on behalf of New Mexico, for instance. And I'm friends with Tommy Amaker, and he's done a great job at Harvard. But I would say that if New Mexico played Harvard 10 times, New Mexico would win 8.5 or 9 out of 10. The one they didn't is when Harvard had an exceptional game and beat them. I would say that Vegas would love to have that opportunity to play again. And Boise State, the team that beat Boise State, is still playing. So it's sometimes it happens, but until we have success, and I said before the tournament, we need now to perform in the NCAA tournament. And we didn't fare as well as we had hoped we would. I had thought there would be at least 2 teams that would be in the Sweet 16, and we have nobody. Why? We played teams that were good, that played better than we did on that particular moment. We would all like to do it again, but you can't do it again.
Do you think going forward it could hurt the league's chances of getting multiple bids, 5 bids as like it did this year? Do you think the selection committee takes that into account, or is it just strictly the value of it?
I don't know. There will be those in other leagues that have done well that will probably bring that up and make a point of emphasis of that. I think if we continue to schedule and have the non-conference success that we had this year that it will be hard not to have multiple bids from our league. If we have similar non-conference success next year, I would say that we will have multiple teams in. Whether we have 5 in or not, I don't know. That was obviously a record high for us. But we need to get in and win, and we didn't do a good enough job of that this year. But a lot of teams are saying that.
Coach, on the personal side, how is your health, and are you ready for another season?
My health is great. I had my annual physical back in October, and I did better than I did the year before on the stress test and all the things that are incorporated with it. So I'm feeling great, excited about recruiting, and looking forward to the spring, the summer, and next season with our program. We've got a lot to be proud of. We've got a lot to look forward to. And we've got a lot of young guys that are anxious to prove that we are still going to be really, really, really good.
Steve, is there any one area of your team that you would prioritize as needing to get particularly better?
I think, Mick, we need to grow in every regard. We need to grow in every respect. We were an inconsistent perimeter shooting team. I thought we would be better. We were a terrific defensive team, and we didn't play well defensively in a stretch in that last game, somewhat precipitated by turnovers, which we were pretty good at also. So I would say we need to continue to be able to say, you can shoot the ball, and we're going to get you good shots, and then you have to make them. We did not have a significant low-post offensive presence. We've got to be able to score in the post a little bit more, and it doesn't always have to be a guy 6'9". Jamal got to the free throw line, and I think we need to have somebody that we can say, okay, we're going to find a way to get you either a touch in the low post with your back to the basket or a way to get you to the basket where we're going to get a basket or a foul. So these are some things that you can kind of tweak with your offense. Everybody wants a 7'10" guy that can play. There are not many out there. So you need to say, what have we won with? What do we believe in? And how can we recruit to that?
Coach, who do you like left in the tournament? Who's your team you like?
I am going to be a fan that will watch, and probably an atypical fan. I'll watch some games to see coaching styles. I'll watch some games just for enjoyment to see who's going to win. I have not seen enough of other teams to know only what I read, so I could parrot what everybody else is saying, but rather than do that, I'm going to watch, and I got friends that are still playing, so I'll cheer for some of those, and some games I'll just watch with interest.
Coach, I know spring break's coming up, but what's kind of the immediate plan for the team? Are you guys doing like individual workouts, or I don't know?
We met with our team Tuesday and talked about the most important thing now is to finish this week getting caught up academically, because we've missed a lot of class with conference tournament, NCAA tournament, and conference season. So get to class. Do what you need to do. Enjoy spring break. Most of the kids will go home, see their families. When they get back on National Championship Day on the 8th, we'll meet and decide when we'll start, which will probably be the 9th or the 10th, with our spring workouts and that sort of thing.
With the guys that didn't play too much this season, Foley, James Johnson, and then Matt Shrigley, who redshirted, have you liked what you've seen from them, the progression-wise, and moving forward?
I think Matt Shrigley, who did not play at all, made real progress in what he did, and I'm proud of how he approached it. He wanted to be out there every second. He wanted to guard Jamal every chance he could, and he said, I need to learn how to guard at this level. And I'm anxious to see what he'll look like moving into the fall. And Dwayne Poley and James Johnson, two guys with great expectations who didn't get to play as much as they would have liked. We've got to roll up our sleeves and go to work and help them get better. They made progress. Sometimes opportunity will allow you to show what you can do. Opportunity on a more than an inconsistent one-time basis. So they'll have that opportunity as we move forward, for sure.